unfortunately prematurely passed away and left his legacy in the hands of various individuals because there was no sole appointed heir. You're bound to have some clashes. So let's delve a little bit into what may have been one of the root causes of this pandemic martial arts curse. Hello, everyone. This is Dwight Woods, the Jeet Kune Rebel, and welcome to the I Love Jeet Kune broadcast number 168. This is the one about egos in Jeet Kune. As you're logging in, if you guys would be kind enough to say where you're logging in from, hit the like button and feel free to continue doing so throughout the broadcast. If you're catching the simulcast over on the YouTube, please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell as well. If you enjoy my work and you'd like to support the program, please visit jkrebel.com, click on the Rebel Gear link where you can find stuff like this, the gorgeous 4 tenets of Jeet Kune t-shirt available, long sleeve, short sleeve, hoodie, sweatshirt. It's even available as a coffee mug as well. And yeah, do that over there. Okay. All right. So, but of course, the best thing you can do to is to spread, share the video and spread the word about the I Love Jeet Kune broadcast. A quick note: I got to say thank you to a number of people who have been suggesting, actually, okay. So Mark Stewart and Eddie Canales have both suggested people for topics for the I Love Jeet Kune broadcast and interview partners for the Jeet Kune dialogues. And I just want to say right now, I appreciate everybody who chimes in. Paul Bax chimes in with information from time to time. I can tell you, well, let me not get ahead of myself. Let me talk about today's topic, right? So you've probably heard me say it before that everything goes well until the humans get involved. And Jeet Kune is definitely no different from any other situation in which a charismatic person develops a following and a movement begins. So you can be sure that there was ego clashes among the early followers of Bruce Lee in Seattle. I'll bet that there was something similar in Oakland, and ultimately a similar situation in Los Angeles. Why? Well, I am no psychologist, although I do play one every week here on the broadcast, on the internet. But my real training is in minding my own business and getting on with the work of developing myself and developing my students to the extent that I am of influence on them. So my good Facebook friend, everybody knows Bob Landers. Bob is actually the person who kind of ignited a spark to tackle this topic when he suggested a title for an episode, which was the Jeet Kune Embellishers, right? Now, Bob is a student of Ted Wong, and I believe that among others that he may have been referring to are people in the Ted Wong lineage. Now, if we go up a level from Ted Wong students, if we go up a level, we find people who have their opinions on Ted Wong himself, vis-a-vis his skill and knowledge level compared to people like Jerry Poteet and Dan Inosanto, for example. Now let's go down 2 levels. So now we're going beyond Ted Wong students. We go down to people, for example, right here on the I Love Jeet Kune group page, where they feel free to make disparaging remarks about people that they've never met, whose backgrounds they don't know. In fact, all they know about them is what's been reported, perhaps, or what's been claimed by somebody else. And when it comes to claims, some of these people even make claims about Bruce Lee for which they have zero evidence. Like I saw an argument just a couple of days ago about Bruce Lee being a black belt in judo because he trained 4 years with Jean LaBelle. kind of makes you wonder, where the heck do these people get their evidence from? Right? So what brings about all of this? Indubitably, ego plays a role in all of it, all of this talking, typing back and forth, right? But so what? If you're on the planet, you have an ego. That's a truth. So obviously, ego in and of itself can't be a bad thing. Perhaps it's another one of those eternal yin yang things. Richard Torres, another one of my JKD colleagues, for example. So Richard sent me this, right? Let me show you this, right? So it's a tape of, there was an autographed picture that Bruce Lee would send, and this is one of the things that he wrote on it, right? And actually, this is correct. Circumstances, hell, I make circumstances. It is not. Circumstances, I create opportunities, which you will find all over the interwebs. That is incorrect, right? But that's a different point for another time. So getting back to the idea, right, of why people think that, why does one JKD person think that it's his call to decry another JKD guy? This is not a new thing, by the way, right? Okay. People did that in Seattle. People did that to Taki Kumura. People did it to in Los Angeles. They did it to Dan Inosanto and to Ted Wong, right? Why? Because the egos of the people who do this kind of stuff, it leads them to a place where they see that their own interests are served by denigrating others. So here's the question, since Richard Torres brought it up, right? Was Bruce Lee an egotist or an egoist? And in case you're not aware of the difference, because they sound similar, just like here in the US right now, everybody's using unified and united interchangeably when they're not synonyms at all. So people might think that egoism and egotism are the same thing. But egoism is a strong sense of self, right? Or perhaps even foundational or fundamental self-interest, whereas egotism is an externally directed, almost a kind of a pseudo-narcissism. I think it's pretty easy to see which one Bruce Lee was. And because keep in mind, Bruce Lee wrote, I can never find this quote, but I know I saw it somewhere at some time, or maybe I heard somebody say it. I like it, so I use it, even though I can't find it and say, here's where it's written. But Bruce Lee did say something about how Jeet Kune was more about kicking the stuffing out of your own ego than it was about kicking the stuffing out of another guy. So essentially, take a look at yourself and determine whether or not you're using your ego in a positive way, which would make you an egoist, as opposed to using ego, being driven by ego to talk smack about other people, which would make you an egotist. And, you know, we need more of one other kind and less of the other kind. I'll leave it up to you to decide, right? So what say you? Do you think that Bruce Lee's ego was internally directed towards consistent self-improvement? You already know how I feel. Or was it outwardly directed towards comparing himself to or comparing himself with others? Please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. Sign up for notifications for when we go live on Facebook and on the YouTube. And please subscribe over there, not just to the I Love Jeet Kune broadcast, but also to the Jeet Kune dialogues. And when you subscribe, please make sure to hit the notification bell. Follow me on Twitter at Dwight Woods and on Instagram at Dwight D. Woods. Coming up on Friday, February 19th, I will be doing the Jeet Kune Dialogues episode with G. Anthony Joseph and Marvin Ishmael, two of my Trinidadian homeboys. So if you want to hear a bunch of Carabiners, right, carrying on about Bruce Lee and Jeet Kune and Kung Fu, tune in on Friday at 6 p.m. Today's a blue day. There you go. I love that one, right? And so I'll see some of you on Friday at 6. If not, I'll see you next week on Wednesday for another issue of the I Love Jeet Kune Do broadcast. Until then, this is Dwight Woods, the Jeet Kune Do Rebel, signing off. You guys take care, be safe, enjoy the rest of your day. Talk soon.